We're having a small get together to celebrate our 45th wedding anniversary, and I'm making some of my Mexican favorites. For my vegetarian and or vegan friends, I'm making tamales de calabacín y elote, or in English, zucchini and corn tamales. As with any good tamale dish, the masa is extremely important. To get a smooth masa, you need to hand mix the vegetable shortening or lard. This heats up the shortening and allows it to readily absorb into the corn flour. The amount of shortening you use depends on the number of tamales you are planning on making. I'm making about 14 and I'm using 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening. All of my measurements are based on this very small batch of tamales. For my vegetable broth, I'll be dissolving 2 tablespoons of vegetable bouillon in 2 cups of 100-degree water. The broth is added to the shortening to begin their blending together. To a cup and a quarter of corn flour, masa harina, I have whisked together a little more than a half teaspoon of baking powder. This is then added to the broth and shortening mixture. I then add more corn flour, 1 tablespoon at a time, until I reach the consistency that I'm looking for, kind of a very thin peanut butter consistency. You want to be able to easily spread the mixture on the corn husks. To know if you have blended your masa enough, drop a small blob of the masa into a cup of very cold water and see if it floats. If it does, you are finished. If not, mix a little more and a little harder. Now it is time to add in a little bit more than 1/2 cup of thawed out frozen corn kernels and a little more than a cup of 1/2 inch zucchini cubes. Make sure you mix it so that the corn and zucchini are well combined with the masa. Unlike most tamale recipes, you don't add the filling after you spread the masa on the corn husks. The masa already has the filling mixed in. The corn husks should be soaked in 100+ degree water for at least 45 minutes. Spread the masa mixture on the corn husk. Fold one side over and then the other, and then fold the tip of the husk over to cover the seam. After all the husks are filled and folded, stand them up in a large steaming pot with a tight-fitting lid and cover with more corn husks, filling in any empty spaces so that they don't fall over. Steam for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. They are done when you can open the corn husks and the tamales don't stick to the husks. Enjoy!